check.
Good morning. I'm Jen Ryan Brown. My pronouns are she, her, hers, and I am a member of this congregation and also a worship associate here at the Unitarian Universalist Area Church at First Parish in Sherburne. Welcome to this house of worship. Come in bringing all of who you are. Bring your seeking souls, searching for meaning, searching for love. Here we covenant to walk together in ways of integrity and service. We help each other find the courage and commitment to live our faith fully. We keep our minds and hearts open to each other and to the mysteries that lie beyond our certainties. Here we gather in community to celebrate our common life. Notice those who need you. They are here. They are everywhere. Let us worship together, willing to be authentic with each other, honest with ourselves, and open to the connection in all of its forms. Welcome.
Hi, everybody. Good morning. My name is Reverend Nathan. I'm your senior minister. It's been a little while since I've been here, between travel and being sick, and then moving our daughter, without said daughter, into her new apartment, which is what happens when they get older. Parenting is never done, and we love it all, mostly, right, Paula? Yes? Hey, let's greet our folks who are watching from online this morning. Wave. Good morning, everybody watching from afar. Just a few of the general reminders as usual. If you'd like me to read one of our prayer cards, just fill out the card to my left and your right, and I'll do that. We only have actually one more regular Sunday here in worship next week, which is going to be Flower Communion. And so my invitation for us, when I remember I was like, bring flowers. Next week, I really need you to bring flowers because we're going to have a table and we all get to exchange flowers during the Flower Communion. So that's the invite for that. And if there's a spot to sign up for the chalice and to ring the bells, please do that. I have a couple of announcements about next week in a second. In back, there's a place for our young people, should you like to do that. We are, of course, a multi-generational community. We welcome all noises, shapes, ages, stages, okay? And of course, you're invited to join us for coffee hour downstairs. We're going to have a cake for Reverend Joe and a bunch of other stuff, so invite you to join us for that. There's leftover food from our Welcoming Friends breakfast this morning. Okay, a couple invitations. You might see Ben and Megan have shirts. Stand up, right? And I have one here too. So we have we're doing our Pride Sunday and Flower Communion next week, all right? And then we have a spot in the Pride Parade in Boston on the 14th of June. And so if you want to get a t-shirt, there is a QR code right there on our screens, and also right outside the door. There's like a big banner with the t-shirt. And so if you want to order one, you have to do this by today, okay? And apparently, because I learned this, they were in large, and they do shrink, and they also, when you put them in laundry with a bunch of whites, they don't bleed, which my wife was like, what did you just do? But my socks are still white. Okay, so anyway, buy these. And then you can also sign up to join the parade with us also outside, and also in your weekly email. Okay, we're gonna hope to have a big group going to that. Next week, on the 8th, is also gonna be potluck, and our ideas are gonna make signs and have like a pride demonstration out on the lawn, weather permitting, and also a potluck. So you can bring food to share, and we're gonna try to do it as we used to back in the day, all outside. So please pray to whatever weather gods are working in our favor to allow us to do that. Okay, so a lot happening next week. It's gonna be great. And you know what? I think that's it, actually. Let's say good morning and welcome each other.
For the splendor of the skies, for the love Good morning. Please join me in our opening words. This is what was bequeathed to us. No other world but this one. No other shore, only this bank of which the living gather. No purpose but what we make, that and the beloved's clear instructions. Turn me into song, sing me awake.
I invite us to rise in body and spirit for opening hymn. It's as solid as rock. Sarah's going to describe for us. Our mic is a little bit low. We're going to get it sorted ASAP.
Is it possible to turn it up?
We've done this song before, and actually our young people did it in class together, and they loved it.
So it's a call and response. Over here we have some help. I'm doing the call along with these people right here, and they're going to respond with you, so you can look to them as your leaders. All right, here we go. Solid as a rock, rooted like a tree. I am here, I am strong, my rightful way. I get solid as a rock, rooted like a tree. One more time.
I invite you to remain risen in body or spirit, however you're rising, as we light our chalice. I believe Evie Gilmeyer is going to be helping. Is she here? Oh, way in the back. The flaming chalice is a symbol of Unitarian Universalism begun during World War II as part of efforts to get folks out of Nazi Europe, a symbol of safety and hope that people could follow. May its light today guide us wherever we need. And as the flame is lit, let's say together the covenant of this congregation. Love is the spirit of this church, and service its law. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek truth in love, and to help one another. And you may be seated. Oh, that's a better volume. Thank you, Sarah. Ooh. I invite forward any young folks or those young at heart who would like to be up close for our Wonder Box. Each week we put something in here that connects to our theme of the day or something important for this time of year that helps us wonder about things. This week there's a couple of things in there, so I'll get to have a couple of helpers. So good to see you all. So let me start with a question. What does it mean to bless something or to say a blessing? What do you think? Anybody have a thought? Yeah, Marina first. I love that, wishing wellness and good. That's one of the things I thought of too. It's similar kind of to a prayer where you kind of express what you hope for somebody. Yeah, I love that. Elias. You have to say that slower because I don't play D&D. It gives an extra 1d4 to something, something, something. It sounds like a bonus. That's a good thing. A bonus that is a good thing. I'm going to endorse that as well for traditional religion. Anything else? There's one other thing I was thinking of. That often a blessing is a way of expressing gratitude or acknowledging something. It's pointing out a moment in time and saying, this is good. Thank you for this. So as my time here comes toward an end, I'm here through the end of June, so I'm still here next Sunday, and I'm still doing other church stuff, but we're taking some time today to acknowledge that our time together has been filled with a lot of good, and I love you a lot. And you all have been incredible blessings to me. You all down here, but also you all, but mostly the younger you alls. So I have some things in here that illustrate some of the ways I think you've been a blessing to me, and I'd like to use them to offer a blessing to you. So I think there's like 5 things in there. So if I could have somebody to start, let's go with you for starters. So if you can pick an item from in there and hold it up, whichever one catches your eye. Oh, there's an extra thing in there. All right, well, so there's 6 things. Great. You want to hold that up, actually? You don't have to. You want that one? Okay. What's that? Who's that? Baby Yoda, aka Grogu, or the child. So I put him in here because some of you know I have gotten really into Star Wars. I grew up on Star Trek, but I'm really into Star Wars these days. And what I appreciate is when you guys get to tell me what you're really into and you share your interests with me, and sometimes we have the same ones, and sometimes you introduce me to something completely different that I'm like, I need to learn about that. You've taught me new music and new games, and I'm really grateful for that. Yeah, do you have a question, Gratian? Welcome back from the Cape. I'm so glad you're here. That's fantastic. So the blessing I want to offer you is to keep enjoying whatever your special interests are. Find people who enjoy them too. Share them with us because we want to know what you love. All right, can we put Grogu down here somewhere where he's a little bit visible? And also with you. Great. All right, who's going to take out the next thing? Yeah, Marina. What's that? A duck. So this is, not only is it a duck, it's like kind of a goofy duck. I don't even know what it's supposed to be. It's got kind of antenna. Like a snail. Oh, a snail duck, even better. This reminded me of you all and how silly you get to be and how playful and how you remind all of us to be silly and playful, and that's a great way of connecting and having fun and not taking ourselves so seriously. So may you all find joy in things, take time to play and be silly, and thank you for reminding all of us that that is a really, really important part of every day. Where's that duck going? Great, perfect, thank you. What's next? Is there somebody else? Yeah, go on up. You want to hold that up? That is a beautiful piece of artwork. I don't know who made that. If somebody would like to tell me, you can. Did you make that, or you just like it? You made it? Oh my goodness, I love it. So this reminds me, you all have surprised me with such amazing things, from portraits of Sully to artwork to Valentine's. And I think doing sweet things for people when they don't expect it is such an act of love and care. Yeah, Asher? Yours real creative. Say that again. Reminds you of creativity. Yeah, that's actually one of the things I was thinking of. I don't remember if there's another thing in the box for that, but absolutely, you are such creative people, and when one person is creative, I think it inspires other people to think differently too. All right, where's that artwork going? Can I hang it up, put it up there? Okay, what's next? Somebody else like to take something? Would you like to? Come on up. Great. Can you hold that up? That is a stuffed service dog, which I got even before Sully came to me. It's a little slobbery because Sully decided it was his pretty immediately. So for those of you who are new, Sully is my disability service dog. He's asleep over there. Getting to see you all love up on him and tell me about the creatures that you love in your life, whether they're wild animals or the pets in your home, is so sweet. It gets to show me your compassionate heart and just the way you connect with things, and I love it. And I know Sully's so grateful to get to play with you all. He's not feeling very well today, so he might just be like sleepy for the rest of today, but he loves you a lot. Yeah, Marina. Wow, you said that was in Greece? Wow, so she was telling us about going to Greece and feeding some cats, and it must have been like Thanksgiving because they got fed so much. So I love that act of compassion for animals. Oh, the cat's got some extra chicken. There's some chicken in that lunchbox for Sully, so if somebody wants to try giving him that later, we're trying to get him to eat. Great, where's that stuffed service dog going? Where would you like to put it? Yeah, great. Perfect. Let's just make sure he doesn't fall off onto the candles. Great, thank you. All right, what's next? There's a couple of more small things in here. Any other volunteers? Yeah, come on up. You want to hold that one? Can you hold it up? Let's turn it this way. Here. What is that? It's a book. Can somebody tell me what the title is so we can see it from there? Yeah. Yeah, Unitarian Universalism, and then the rest of it is a very long name. It's a kid's book about Unitarian Universalism, which maybe you haven't read, but this reminded me of how lovely it is to learn with you and how curious you all are. And the way that even when I walk into a classroom to visit and it seems like maybe somebody's just coloring and not paying attention, you ask the most insightful questions. Thank you for reminding us to be curious in the world. Thank you for teaching me, and I hope you continue to stay curious about the world. All right, where's that book gonna go? Where would you like to put it? Right here? That's perfect. Great. All right, I've got one last item. Is there anybody who hasn't taken one out yet who would like to? I think you've done one, but you can, all right, you're the one with a hand. Come on up, Asher. You get the last one. Okay, what is that? Can you hold it so people can see? A stuffed heart with legs. Yeah. It's one of those good hand feel things that you can kind of just hold when you need a little something soft. This is a reminder of the way you guys share your hearts. I am so grateful anytime you tell me what's going on in your life, when you let us see who you really are, when you are vulnerable and loving, and may you all carry that with you and know that we care and we love whatever's going on in your heart. That's true for all of you out there too, okay? May you feel held in that love. Thank you. As you put that wherever you want to, let me close with just a kind of a big blessing for you all. Perfect. This is a variation of a blessing that I grew up with. May you be blessed and protected. May the warmth of love shine on you and be gracious to you. And may you be granted peace. Thank you all for being such blessings in my life and in our congregation. I'm really grateful for you. And I think with that, you're not going off to faith formation just yet because we've got a couple more things. So if you'd like to, you can stay sitting up here, but you can also go back to your seats if you'd like for a few more minutes. There's some more interactive stuff. Thank you all for being up here. And I think Hank and Molly are joining me up here. Hank and Molly are right behind me. And I'm standing on my stool. All right. Do you want to be up here? Yeah. Okay.
I'm Molly House. I'm a member of UUAC First Parish in Sherburne and a member of your board. As Reverend Jo wraps up her time with us at UUAC, we want to take a moment to honor all we've shared together and acknowledge this transition with a ritual. Our church family is constantly changing. People come and go. Babies are born, Children grow up. People commit themselves to one another. Loved ones and friends among us come to the ends of their lives. Individuals move into our community and church life. Others leave and continue on their journey elsewhere. These moments of transition, of endings and beginnings, are sacred and worthy of recognition. 2 years ago, this congregation hired Reverend Joanna Lubkin, Rev. Jo, to serve as Minister of Lifespan Learning.
I thank UUAC, its members and its friends for the love, kindness, and care that you've shown me these last 2 years. I'm so grateful for the way that my leadership has been accepted, and even more, thank you for being incredible partners in this shared ministry. I invite you, I guess, to respond. There should be a handout, yeah. If you have a handout. Sorry,
Friends, these are on this. They are not on the screens, obviously, but they're on the little sheets of paper if you have them. And I will say it into the microphone. So we
That's
can
great,
see.
thank you.
Okay.
I receive your mumbled gratitude. I know it's from the heart, with love, and count this time with you as a great blessing, which I will carry with me wherever my journey leads.
As her ministry at UUAC ends, will you, the members and friends of UUAC, release Reverend Jo from the duties of her position?
Let us say together, we will.
Will you, Rev. Jo, release this church from turning to you and depending on you?
I will.
Do you offer your encouragement for our next chapter at UUAC?
I do.
We give thanks for the moments we have shared with Rev. Jo in worship, in learning, in service. We pray that her journey will be safe and meaningful as she continues her vocation.
And please repeat after me. Our
Our blessings go with you.
Thanks, Joe.
Thank you, guys. And we have one more ritual of thanks as we come to not just the end of the church year, but that also means today is the last day of faith formation classes. And we want to thank everybody involved. I often say in my emails especially, it takes a whole village to run a cooperative faith formation program. You know, it rolls off the tongue. So I want to start with thanking the group of folks who have met throughout this year to help plan and dream and organize and reorganize and redream our faith formation program. And I know not everyone can be here today, but I'm going to read all of their names, and I invite them to please come on up. Miranda Miller, who's out with a stomach bug, Serena Lilly, Liz Orvek, Stuart Floyd, and Beth Bergeron. Kiddos, would you help me take these bags and give them to the people they're supposed to go to? There's a card inside with their name on it. That means you also get to play mix and match and figure out who's who. Those, you can wait on those. All right, there's one more here, I think. Okay, can somebody get this one to Stuart? Can we get that to your dad? Thank you. It's just the two of you. All right, well, let's put those back in here. Great. We're going to give those to them later. Thank you for all you have done. You can stay up here, go back here. I'm going to take those. Thank you. I'm going to take that one back. Sorry. I'd rather be over-prepared. Yeah. And now, it really takes this village. I want to recognize the people who have contributed in so many ways, and here's a spoiler, it's going to be most of you, okay? So I invite you to, as you're able to, when I say a thing that applies to you, stand and then remain standing. If another thing applies to you, please add a limb. Some of you may be doing jumping jacks by the end because you do a lot. If standing is not the right thing to you, feel free to wave. All right. So first of all, if you have taught children's faith formation classes, whether it was regularly or as a substitute teacher even once this year, please stand and remain standing. Thank you. And I have little things for you on your way out. Please take this scroll of blessing. Take it with you. You can stick it in your bags wherever you go and put it on your fridge if you would like an unscrolled version. If you led a winterim class in January or taught at a lunch and learn session, please stand and remain standing or add a limb. If you taught coming of age or advised junior youth group or senior youth group, thank you. If you mentored a youth for coming of age this year. If you helped with the haunted house or the Halloween potluck or the Christmas pageant or any other faith formation event for kiddos that I'm forgetting. Or chaperoned an overnight. I feel like that's like 2 extra hands. Slept on that youth room couch. If you taught a lunch and learn session or another adult education session, please stand and remain standing. If you are a child or a youth who has ever attended a faith formation class, junior youth group, senior youth group, coming of age, or anything else that I'm forgetting, please stand and remain standing. Great, yeah, you've done that. And I want to give a special shout out to our kindergartners and first graders today because they have done kindergarten and first grade OWL this semester and they are graduating today. So that is a huge accomplishment, so congratulations to you. And finally, I'm sorry, I know your arms and legs are getting tired. If you have attended any adult education classes, broadly defined however you want, you attended a lunch and learn even if you just ate the pizza and went home, or you attended any church program where you learned something, which could be a sermon if you learned something, please stand and remain standing. Thank you all for all of the ways you have been involved in making this a learning community. Let's give everyone a hand, please. Great. And with that, finally, our kiddos get to go to their faith formation program. So kindergartners and first graders, you're going downstairs with your families for your graduation. Grades 2 through 6, you're gonna go to the FOS room, which is that conference room over there, because next week is Pride and we need some signs and decorations. So you all are gonna get started on that. I'm jealous, it sounds fun. So let's sing you guys out, please.
Friends, let's take a breath together. Let us find ourselves within ourselves and be here where we are. Let's sing together our prayer hymn for these first 2 Sundays in June, one that is known and loved by many of us, Spirit of Life. Our words are in our gray hymnals, number 123, and on our screens for us. Here in community, we come across our thresholds of this sanctuary and in our lives together with our thoughts and our prayers for beloveds in our life and the world in which we live in that so often is broken and also beautiful, and the gratitudes that, I don't know about you, that I just all the time forget to name and acknowledge. And it is so important in this time to give attention. That's what the word prayer means to me, to give attention. We have several prayer cards here for our beloved Gail O'Brien, who does so much in our community. Gail took a fall and broke her leg recently, and she's home watching, and there's so much loving energy to you, Gail, in your recovery. From Sharon for Kirsty during her cancer treatments. And this from Reverend Joe, some tough news actually about Sully. Joe's asking us for prayers for Sully as he undergoes surgery this coming Tuesday, so just day after tomorrow, for suspected kidney cancer. We don't know much more than that yet, but we do know, she says, that gentle hellos and affection boost his spirits. I can attest to that. He's right here next to me. We appreciate your love and your good vibes, so think of him, especially on Tuesday, everybody. Kirsten, let's light a candle as we say aloud the name of anybody else you'd like us to hold. I invite us to look out our clear windows on this finally not a day that's raining. To all the places in the world and the communities in which we live in, our prayers go out, of course, down 16 to the Pride celebration that's happening in Holliston and also Framingham this morning. And all of our communities here on this first Sunday in June. Our prayers continue, of course, for the people in Palestine who are literally starving, everybody, literally starving. And continued prayers for Ukraine and all the places in the world. We light a candle. And last but not least, our gratitudes. And I just want to commend you because there have been some Sundays here in the depth of winter and spring when I had no gratitude cards, 0. So I had to make them up. But now, here in the spring, you guys are abundant. And so this morning we have several. One of you writes for our beautiful queer community at UAC and around the world. All right. Another says for my sister Kate on her graduation yesterday. May she find her next path in the weeks and months to come. And Hank Roush, of course, for Dara Bryan's ordination. Dara Bryan's is a former member here and a former staff member for 10 years. Many of us were at her ordination yesterday. It was a beautiful event. And she's going to be the minister in Duxbury, Massachusetts, starting in August. So we have so much love and affection for her. Kirsten, light the biggest candle of all for that. That's okay. And friends, let us pray together. Spirit of life and in life, moving through us and between us and below us in breath and sunlight and wind in our hair in the coming summer. We are so often moving through this world together, busy and attentive to screens and looking at schedules and scratching things off of our to-do lists. Meanwhile, around us, the urgencies of the world continue to be ever urgent. It's so important to be together in communities like this one that help us practice to be the people we say we want to be and strive to be. Help us prioritize what's important to us. Remind us what to keep at the center and what to go out into the periphery. fill us with gratitudes in this season of blooming and of life. Let's be held here together in several moments of stillness. As most of us know, every week we collect an offering, we give it all away in support of an organization that lives out our values of love, justice, service, and peace. And we're able to do this, of course, because of your generosity. And in honor and recognition of dogs like Sully, this morning we're going to give all of our offering away to the NEADS World-Class Service Dogs organization. This organization, which is out in Western Mass, help to breed, raise, and train service dogs that provide life-changing independence, companionship, and connection for people who need it. The quote on the website is really great. It says, "It takes an extraordinary dog to help someone lead an ordinary life." Isn't that great? Yeah. So friends, I invite you to be as generous as you can. The QR codes, of course, are on our screens for us, and if you have cash, you can also give that to the baskets as they come by. Thank you. As our choir, the singers share music with us.
Hearts open, minds awake, change us now for heaven's sake. Leave us not alone in hatred's wake. Show us how to love, show us how
My beloveds, here's our world, and beautiful and terrible things will always happen. We're trying to keep our hearts tender and our eyes soft and our words true. How's it going with that? This is what we know we are about. We know there's no answer but to love each other. We bear witness against destruction, and we gather here in communities like this one to practice being the people we say we want to be. We cannot do everything, but we can do something, and that something is not nothing. So as Leonard Cohen continues to remind us, we ring the bells that still can ring. We forget our perfect offerings. There is a crack in everything. And let us say together, that is how the light gets in. How many of us were at the, if you were there, to raise your hand, at the ordination yesterday for Dara? So quite a few of you, quite a few of us. I just want to say, like, I was sitting with a clergy up front, and can I just brag on us for a second? Like, it is amazing to see the amount of ministries and ministers that you all have helped to encourage, support, shape, create, inspire. It's amazing. For those of you that were there yesterday, my message is going to be a little bit of an echo, but that's okay because I have something a little bit different to tell you. But I wanted to retell this story about a few weeks ago. So as you know, a few weeks ago, Karen and I traveled all the way to Greece to visit our daughter Ella, who spent the spring there studying abroad in Greece. And we spent the first few days in Athens, my first time. And as I said yesterday, I worried when I left if I get back into the country, because would the government be watching our live stream? And some of my sermons sometimes have been spicy. For those of you that don't know, I keep Tabasco up here to remind me to keep it a little bit spicy sometimes. I should also have yogurt up here for those times. You just need a little bit more chill, right? It was a relief to get away from America. Do you know what I mean? It was a relief. It was also a relief to get away from the churn of news, didn't look at the news once, and the feeling like we can never do enough to fix it, that kind of feeling. It was just a relief to put it down. On the second day, still jet lagging, we walked up. It was so hot already. It was May. It was so hot. Adam, I know you're from Greece. So it's it's no big deal, but it was hot. I have not adapted because it hasn't been above 70 since last summer, feels like, in Massachusetts. So we walked up to the Parthenon with all these other tourists. For those that don't know and who forgot since you heard me tell you yesterday, it was built in 432 BCE. And it was built as a cathedral to the goddess Athena, and it basically is an expression of power, right, during the Golden Age. It was amazing to be surrounded by stones and structures that were carved by hand before all the things that you and I are so often used to thinking of as being the preeminence, like the Sistine Chapel that just got used a few weeks ago, or things like the Renaissance, or the Protestant Reformation, or Unitarianism, or Universalism. Such long words, right, Joe, in that book. Before world wars, the two, of course, in last century, before the invention of these damn things, before AI, before Cybertrucks that come at you like a monster on Route 16, before MAGA, all this stuff is before it. It just felt humbling to me to be around all of that stuff, to be reminded how intense things are in America right now, and to put myself in the arc of human history. Do you know what I mean? And as I said yesterday, it was also the most striking thing to me around this place was you see these structures that are now ruins. And you're reminded of how ephemeral and fragile and temporary our institutions are. Maybe, actually, especially when the permanence that we think, we totally take them for granted. Do you think that when they built that Parthenon, they're like, yeah, this is going to be here forever, just like America? It was also good to be reminded, like that we remember the phrase, shining city on a hill. Who's heard that phrase? That was by John Winthrop in the 17th century. But at least in my generation, I didn't know what it meant. It was co-opted by Ronald Reagan to express the exceptionalism of America. That's what it was used for. Every shining city on the hill, as I'm looking out of the Parthenon, eventually loses some luster, and it gets a little shade on it. You guys, I think we're in that moment now. So after a few days in Athens, so many tourists. It's funny, like when you're in traffic, you're like, oh, there's traffic, and you're like, I'm traffic. Like, all these tourists, I'm a tourist, right? Anyway, we go north into the mountains to a place Ella had heard of that she wanted to go to. And it's called Meteora, Dad. It's got monasteries, Dad. You're going to love it. And as I told a bunch of ministers' families yesterday, we love our jobs, ministers do. We're mostly religious nerds most of the time, but it's also good to leave work at work and to leave church at church. So if you have a clergy person in your life, don't do religious tourism. Anyway, I wasn't grumpy. I was just like, okay, let's go along, fine. I did the dad eye roll, for those of you that don't know what that looks like, yeah? Okay. Back here, you guys were about to do the annual meeting. All the emails about the warrant and the slate. So many emails. And I was reminded again how much work democracy takes. Communities like this, big communities that we live in. It's good to be reminded of that. I was also reminded just how privileged I am to be able to travel without being really fearful about getting home okay. So this is going to sound like Rick Steves' travelogue, but we could do worse than a Rick Steves sermon, by the way. He had a quip that was terrific. You know how people say, safe travels? His response to that is, I hope you have a safe stay at home, because there's a lot more risk staying in your routine than there is going out and exploring the world. I was like, wow, interesting quip. But as we drove north, you guys, the hills began to rise, and the roads went from, they were straight. It was like going to Vermont or something. It's extraordinary. And then, out of nowhere, honestly, the most magnificent, shocking pillars of sandstone rock appeared around the bend. They, as I described yesterday, they were like fingers that pierced through the earth. James, you want to show the first picture? So, do you know how when you're moving through your life and you're always on this, I even have 5 texts right now, and you're always like this, right? And you're always focused on your to-do list, as I am, and you're paying attention to the things that you think are most important, and then out of nowhere, something like that appears, and it's like the world just slaps you awake and you're reminded how beautiful something can be? Has that ever happened to you? That's how it was. And then, at the top of 5 of them, all over 1,000 feet into the sky, sat the most extraordinary, precarious, highly precarious, insanely beautiful monasteries built in the 15th century by monks who used rope ladders, you guys, to drag up materials to build these monasteries. Why did they do that, do you think? Why? Why do you think? To be closer to God, to live a more spiritual life. And the favorite quote that I saw, they wanted to get away in response to societal pressures. Who wants to go to a monastery on top of a pillar? Naj, I see your hand in the back. Anybody else? Yeah, Matt's like, I'll take 2 slots, please. Now, there is the Orthodox part we have to figure out, but would you believe, you guys, that they are still accepting applications? Yeah. I'll get a QR code for the app. All you have to do is be willing to climb 150 or 200 or 300 stairs carved in the side of the sandstone pillars. And then you enter into these clustered cloisters with a whisper. All the women identifying people had to put on skirts to walk in, and all the men you had to make sure you had pants on, all hats off to walk in. So, says Ella, let's go, Dad, let's go, Mom. She dances up the stairs of the first one, which I discover later is the most high and the most steep of all of them. And as I want to repeat what I said yesterday, it is quite something being, there's a new baby here that I just met earlier, Roman, right? Roman, 2 months ago. You can see him over there. Hello, Roman. It is quite something, because I remember Ella being in this sanctuary at that age. It's quite something to have your child lead you. It's quite something to have the roles reversed in your life. To not always be the leader, to not always be the teacher, but to be the learner and the follower. But then, you guys, the staircase goes up and out, and the trees disappear, and the railing is low. James, picture number 2. What you don't understand about this picture is that to Karen's left of that wall is like a 600-foot drop. She looks totally chill, doesn't she? And suddenly, right about the time this photo was taken, my body is saying, Nathan, what are you doing? It's one thing I noticed about getting older. I do not like heights. I don't even like going up to the choir loft because the railing is low and I'm kind of tall and I'm like, I could fall. And so now after this photo, I am hugging the side of the wall, yeah? Karen passes me. Ella is like already at the top. And I am caught there, right where that photo is, torn. I want to follow. I want to be up above it all. I want to get away from everything. I want to be more spiritual. I want to get away from the world. I want to get away from societal pressures. But the vertigo if you've ever had that, it just like is pulling me down like a weight. It's exactly, I'm thinking, like what it feels like to live right now. I want to get away. I'm going to leave it all behind in these dizzying times. So right there in that photo, I text the family thread. And our son is not even on the trip, mind you. Family thread, I'm stuck. Our son replies, at the airport? And then Ella and Karen, both separately, laughing emoji. But then they come back down and get me. This is why I'm so glad that we're celebrating teachers today, and we acknowledge Joe's ministry, and we're about to welcome some new members. Because, and I have said this numerous times this year, and I will keep repeating it. Why? Because I need to hear it. We preach the sermons we need to hear. This American myth that we can scale the mountains, we can be everything to everybody, we can be some sort of rock climbing hero all up by ourselves is so exhausting, and it's so untrue, and it's so unrealistic, and it's so unfaithful. I will keep repeating it because I need to remind myself. So eventually, though, with my family's help, I made it to the top, and the monastery was extraordinary. James, photo number 3. You can see one of them there. You see it? And this is from my stupid phone. They were all over. And this is what it looked like, one of them on the inside, James, last photo. Once you're up there, you don't see the edge. For all of you who put your hand up, said, I'm ready to go. Now sign me up. Where's the QR code? It was so quiet. It was beautiful. It was still. It was removed. But eventually, the world calls you back, doesn't it? My work here as your minister calls me back. The urgency of this moment in time, this shaded city on a hill, calls me back. And hopefully, I, you, all of you, us, we have enough in us, enough tenderness, enough openness, enough courage, enough patience, enough friends, enough community, people to whom we can say, I'm stuck, who will come back and get us. We have enough of all of that to go back down to the world that is calling us and asking us to speak what needs to be spoken and to resist what needs to be resisted and to love what and who has too often been unloved here back in the world. I cannot underestimate to you how important and vital communities like this are. I cannot begin to tell you all the stories that I hear about how important and vital communities like this, communities of care like this are. This is not a church commercial. I'm not selling you anything. This is a statement of fact in these moments. It is a statement of gratitude. This spring, my 23rd year here, I am reminded ever more just how much our work matters. Are you with me? Like I'm on the side of that mountain, stuck, and I text, I'm stuck. And this community and Unitarian Universalism and all of our communities in days like yesterday literally descend down the mountain and come alongside me. I just can't tell you enough how much it means to me and how much I know it means to you. We offer each other mutuality, and we offer each other, I think, something even more important, which is accountability. Accountability to be the people we say we want to be the people that this moment in time requires of us. Like, I need that. Do you need that? And so we have some new folks today. We had a bunch of new people downstairs. Everybody's got their own journey to membership, which I tell those of us in our new member classes, it's like a YMCA word. It's not a religious word. But this place is our religious home. And some of you said, I just want to be able to say that in front of others of us. So 5 of you are doing that today. And I'd love to invite those of you who are doing that with us. We're going to give you a flower to come up front. You're going to come right here and bring, if you would, Nathan, where did you go? That little slip of paper that's got the words on it. If you don't have it, Anastasia's going to help us get them to you. And I invite the rest of us to rise and bow to your spirit as well. So we're just going to have each of you just say your name and what town you live in, okay?
My name is Liam, and I live in Ashland.
Abby Natick.
Adam Natick.
Sharon Framingham. Nia Framingham.
Hannah Natick.
And then once you have Max, who joined earlier this spring, who's here. I'll be Max in absentia. So friends, we have these words for us. Everybody have them? Are they going to? Yes, they're on the screen. Amazing. So we're going to do this responsively, and then after that, we have a song that we're going to sing to all of you and to each other, okay? We also have a flower, by the way. Don't leave without your flower. Right, Gage? Do not leave without your flower. So, new members, would you like to start? Let's say after me, we need one another. When we mourn and would be comforted. Congregation, we need one another when we are in trouble and afraid.
We need one another when we are in despair, in temptation, and need to be recalled to our best selves again.
We need one another when we would accomplish some great purpose and cannot do it alone.
We need one another in the hour of success, when we look for someone to share our triumphs.
We need one another in the hour of defeat, when with encouragement we might endure and stand again.
We need one another when we come to die, and we have gentle hands to prepare us for the journey.
All our lives we are in need, and others are in need of us. And Anastasia, you want to give each a flower? And Sarah, do you have any special instructions for our hymn? It's familiar to most. To many. And this goes out to all of our new friends and to our old friends as well. Thank you so much, guys. You can go back to your pews and join in the hymn we all know, Sarah says.
And let's say together our call to ministry. We go forth into the world in peace, to act with works of love, to affirm each person's dignity, and to cherish the living earth. Go in peace, go in love, go and be blessed as you are a blessing.